Today I'm going to show you step by step how to make the ultimate morning longevity smoothie. This has been a real game changer for me. It's easy to make, and once you know how to do it, you are going to be amazed at how good it tastes. My parents are both over 90 and they love it. It's also stacked in nutrition. We're talking 44 grams of protein, 11 grams of fiber, and only about 8 grams of sugar. Okay, so now that we've hyped up this smoothie, let's show you how to actually make it. This is my glorious setup right here. You'll see that I have the dry ingredients in these pop containers that I love. This keeps them airtight and it makes them way easier to access than if you have to get them from their original containers. If you're making this a routine and doing this every day, any amount of time that you can shave off to make things more efficient is a big win. I use the NutriBullet because I'm generally making one smoothie at a time. Obviously, if you're making 2 smoothies at a time, you'll need a bigger blender, but just double all the ingredients, use a bigger blender, and the essence is the same. One thing I do here is I put a piece of tape where 1 cup is. That way I never put too little or too much water. And I always put in the water first because if you put in the protein powder first, it creates a gunk that sticks along the side, and you never want to deal with that. I like water because it's obviously the lowest calorie, lowest fat, lowest sugar liquid there is, and you're getting plenty of creaminess from the other ingredients. The first important ingredient is kale, high in vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients. I love kale. Every time I see kale in any recipe on YouTube, there's someone in the comment section that goes, what about the oxalates? What about the oxalates? So the thing is that kale is actually relatively low in oxalates for vegetables, so it's not a concern for nearly all people. If you have a specific issue with kidney stones or your doctor says you have to follow a low oxalate diet, then you might be an exception, but for most people, kale is just fine in a smoothie. The next ingredient is non-fat Greek yogurt. This makes it really creamy, gives it that amazing smoothie texture, and you're getting tons of protein just from this Greek yogurt alone. So this is a key must. Next is blueberries. I like frozen because fresh is fine also, but this gives it a little extra texture. And the problem with fresh is, for me, is that they always go bad too quickly. Then I'm annoyed, they're mushy, and I'm wondering if they're moldy and okay to use or not. And with frozen, I don't have to deal with that. Next is avocado. And speaking of avocado, I usually use fresh, but this is one of these times where it's just not even close to ripe. So my backup, which is always a good thing to have, is frozen avocado. And this works just as well. So let's get that in there. Frozen avocado and avocado in general is very good for you, has very, very high fiber, and has the good unsaturated fat that you want. Next is my favorite carb source. It's super under the radar. It's oat bran. Really good for you and very, very high in fiber. Most of us do not get enough fiber, and this ensures that you do. And then we do a seed trio. This is flax, chia, and hemp combined. This gives you the good fats, not the bad fats, and more fiber as well. If you want to see the exact one I use, this is the one. And then next is protein powder. And this is actually really important. I used to use a protein powder, which was a pea protein powder. It supposedly only has 4 or 5 ingredients and is ultra natural, but it tasted really chalky and bad. Now I found a brand, Dymatize, that just tastes really good. All their flavors are good. I like their chocolate. Whoa. So now I use a brand called Dymatize, and it just tastes really good. I like their chocolate flavor. I also like their Cocoa Pebbles flavor, believe it or not. And it's just a flavor profile. Don't worry, it's not unhealthy like Cocoa Pebbles. This is a whey isolate protein, which is also good if you've ever had any issues with gas, bloating, farting after having regular whey protein. You're much less likely to have issues with whey isolate protein. So I'm a big fan of Dymatize. Might add a couple nuts. I consider that optional. Throw that in there. And then there is my secret ingredient. This is the secret ingredient right here. It is, ta-da, fresh mint right off the plant. And why would I put this in there? Well, if you've ever had mint chocolate chip ice cream, you'll get it. It's just amazing. There's something about just taking this right off the plant. Even if you're in an apartment in the city, you feel like a homesteader. It makes everything feel more organic. Maybe it's partially placebo, but you can really smell it. Just a tiny bit of mint really makes a huge difference. And then last, Ceylon cinnamon. Actually, it's not quite last, but almost last. A dash of oat milk, just a dash. And then we'll do about a quarter cup of ice. And that's it. Let's blend it up. It helps to shake it first. Gets everything kind of mixed up ahead of time so it's faster. Throw it in there. Usually give it about 10-20 seconds. Make sure all the ice is blended out. And that should do it. All right, let's see. It smells good. Look at that. That's just incredible. And I like to use a bamboo straw. I don't know why, but for some reason it seems like it tastes better through a bamboo straw than a plastic straw. It never gets old. It really, really hits the spot. And there's only 8 grams of sugar, which is amazing. As I mentioned, I'm out here in Southern California. I've been to all the high-end smoothie shops, been to Creation, where I think they're $20 each. Been to Erewhon, been to Body Energy Club, Robex, been everywhere. My own smoothie, I actually preferred all of them. There's only 8 grams of sugar, and so it's much better for you. One thing that I will say is that for me, I'm used to this. If your flavor profile is so tuned to sugar, where like you're used to having a caramel frappuccino in the morning with extra whipped cream, then this might taste not sweet enough. If that's the case, I have a cheat code. What you do is you start off by adding a little bit of honey, and then slowly you add less and less, and your taste buds will naturally adjust, and then you'll get used to the protein shake as is, and you'll no longer need the honey. Another thing that I'm going to talk about is substitutions. I like to switch it up a little bit. So a couple times a week, I might use this instead of the kale, power greens. So other greens, it's good for gut biodiversity. Same thing with the berries. Instead of the blueberries, you can do a berry mix. You can do raspberries once in a while. As long as you don't go crazy and start throwing Snickers bars and unhealthy stuff in there that makes it bad, you can really customize this for what you need. If you're bodybuilding, you can add creatine in there. I do that sometimes. And you can basically take this basic idea and adjust it to be perfect for you. So let me know in the comments. I'm curious what you think. I wish you could taste it because it tastes so good. And I'd like to know what you would add to this and what you think once you try it.